Today we are going to explain the movie called The Magic Kids. Many years ago, Earth was not inhabited by humans only. There were other creatures with strange powers, like monsters, dwarfs and vampires. They used to fight with each other to establish their supremacy, but then they understood that nothing would be gained from the fight, so they started living together with each other. Even today, after thousands of years, all these creatures live in harmony with humans. A young boy named Tom is shown, who was going to a magical school with his father. They meet the caretaker of magical school, and it was said that he is alive for 1,000 years. As Tom reaches the magical school, the blood locket he had around his neck suddenly starts glowing, and due to it, the cycle of a nearby boy changes into an old-fashioned cycle, and the police officer's hat also gets old-fashioned. After it, Tom's father apologizes to everyone. Here we discover that Tom wasn't an ordinary human but a vampire. School's manager says to them, "Your son will have to give a lot of exams to get admission in the school, and a lot of money was needed for it." Next day, Tom goes to school and meets a girl named Faya who was a fairy, and he also meets a boy named Wolf, who was a werewolf. The kids move in front of the principal and she tells them the rules. The principal also performs some magic, and due to it, the new students transform into their original identity. Faya, Tom and Wolf also got their powers, but they couldn't control their power and can't even use their powers properly. Later, Tom's father moves to the mayor and says, "I haven't the amount to pay the taxes for my son's school." Mayor says, "What is there to worry about? You have to just give me the blood locket that is in your son's neck, and in return, I will forgive all the taxes." But Tom's father says, "No, I cannot give you that locket because that locket is the last sign of his mother." Mayor becomes furious hearing this, but even then he says okay. One day, the mayor sends his assistant to Tom's house and she steals his blood locket and takes it to the mayor. As she places it in the mayor's hand, it disappears and reaches the place where it was before. The mayor understands that this locket can't be stolen, and we can only get the locket when the owner of the locket himself handed over that locket to us. Next day, Kids was laughing at Tom when he reaches the school, because Tom was a vampire. Even then he was scared of blood. After it, Tom moves to the forest and meets his friends Faya and Wolf. In fact, these three are not able to use their powers properly, so the children are laughing at them. That's why they plan to leave the school, but then a mystery man is shown behind them, and this man was continuously chasing them secretly. Suddenly school's caretaker arrives in front of the kids. He asks, "Where are you going?" They tell, "We are leaving the school." Then the caretaker shows them a book, and there was written a prediction of future, in which 3 kids will end the demonic powers by using their bravery. Caretaker says, "The children mentioned in the prophetic speech are none other than all 3 of you." But kids were not believing in this story and starts to leave. The caretaker becomes furious on this and transforms into a giant. Meanwhile, the mystery man appears and he rescues the kids and brings them home. He tells them, "I am a cleaner in your school and my name is Hanapple." He tells them about a book which can be found in magical library that was hidden in the school. Kids move to the school and start searching for the library. They discover some clues through which they can reach the library, but when they reaches there, they sees a wolf guarding the door. Tom's friend was also a werewolf, so he starts talking to the other wolf. Taking advantage of this, Tom and Faya gets inside the library. Walking a while, they reaches to a deep ditch. They throw a stone in the ditch. Meanwhile, lots of bats started coming out. Tom understands this is just a hallucination. He also makes a bat's voice. Suddenly the invisible pillars become visible and he moves forward from the pillars while taking Faya with him. Here Tom has used his powers properly. Now they reach the place where the books were kept. This time Faya deploys her powers and she brings the future book. After getting the book, they both come out. As their friend Wolf begins to run, the real wolf also starts chasing them, but they somehow escape from the wolf. On the other side, Mayor discovers the kids are missing from the school. He uses his magical mirror to find them. Then he notices that they have the future prediction book. Tom opens the book and discovers Lucifer's name, and it was written that he does not want human and monsters' friendship. He wanted to return the people to their former selves while traveling through time, and in this way he wants to establish the dominance of the monsters. Tom turns the page, but it was torn. Only visible words are, When 13 o'clock on the halls watch, Lucifer will play his last move. Kids get scared after reading all this and they want to tell this to everyone. The mayor was also seeing all this. He performs his magic on them, so that even if they wanted to speak the truth, they could not speak. Kids try to tell these secrets to everyone, but because of the magic of mayor, they can't do it. They talk on the call and decide to read the book again. Tom opens the book and again reads the line, Lucifer wants to bring humans into the past. Meanwhile, Tom realizes the blood locket he had also changes things into old things. Likewise, it changed the cap of the police officer and the boy's cycle. Tom thinks his locket is connected with all this, so he tells his friends. Faya says this may be true, that Lucifer need your locket to bring all the monsters into their 1000 years ago form. They decide to go to the hall where the clock will strike 13 and Lucifer will play his last move. There was security, so Faya and Wolf trap the security and let Tom move inside. The blood locket on Tom's neck starts dragging and Tom starts to move with his locket. He reaches a place where a huge crystal was kept. It looked like a big version of Tom's crystal. As Tom moves near the big crystal, his bag gets old-fashioned and the computer of the mayor's assistant also changes into an old typewriter. She understands Tom is here with his locket, so she tells this to the mayor. The mayor says that I want Tom's crystal in any condition. I have got these crystals by killing whoever had these crystals in the whole world. On another side, Faya says to Tom that your mother gave it to you, which means she was a great magician of her time. And now Tom's bag was also old-fashioned, so the magic book kept in it had also come in its original form. The torn page also restored and it was written on it, Lucifer will change the monsters into their deadly form, when there will be solar eclipse. Today was a solar eclipse and the mayor also called everyone into the town hall. Kids understand that Lucifer is none other than the mayor. The mayor still wants Tom's blood crystal to complete his mission, so Tom decides to leave the city, by which the mayor will be unable to obtain his blood crystal. When he reaches the bridge, the caretaker arrives, but this time he let him go. As he moves forward, the mayor comes in his real avatar. He catches Faya and threatens that if you do not come to the tower with your crystal, I will kill this girl. Having no other option, Tom goes to the tower with his friend Wolf. Tom gives his blood crystal to Lucifer while reaching there and he leaves his friend Faya. Lucifer tells them many people had gathered outside the town hall and there are many monsters among them. I will turn those monsters into their original brutal avatar and there will be created our army to make monsters dominance over the earth. As Lucifer stick Tom's crystal on that big crystal, a red light emits and moves toward the people standing downside. Then the clock strikes 13, and as written on the book, Lucifer would make his last move. But before the monsters change into their brutal avatar, Tom's crystal disappears. Here Tom reveals to Lucifer that, before coming here, I had given this crystal to Hanapal, which means that the real owner of this crystal is now Hanapal. As my mother has performed magic on it, that whoever will try to take this crystal, it will move back to its old master. Now the Lucifer becomes furious and attacks them. Tom falls at a distance and he throws Faya down the tower. Wolf becomes furious at it and he was about to attack the Lucifer, but he couldn't control his powers and Faya returns to top while flying and awakes Tom. Later, there was a fight between Tom and the Lucifer. He attacks on Tom, but he moves behind and there were crystals on the backside. Meanwhile, light emits from the crystal that changed the Lucifer into a crystal and it falls apart. After it, kids come downside and Hanapal arrives and gives Tom's locket back. He predicts that 3 children will arrive in the future and defeat the evil forces that reside here. They are now aware of their abilities and have decided to face the danger together. I hope that you liked the video. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.